welcome, listeners. This is Dead Rockstar, otherwise known as Sean from Modinformer, and this is Hugh Jeremy, my buddy from Unknown Worlds, formerly NS2HD. Well, he still does NS2HD. But Hugh, tell us about what you're doing now with Unknown Worlds.
Basically, I'm doing what I used to do for NS2HD, just 24/7, and actually with Unknown Worlds as an employee. So making videos, doing PR stuff, doing casting. Yeah, that's basically what I do.
Awesome. So does that mean you're getting paid to do what you love?
Pretty much, yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So I can talk about mods a little bit. I can talk about Unknown Worlds and yourself. We have a bunch of stuff to go over. Let's just start it off with mods. Natural selection is my first mod. Your first mod as well, correct?
That I played?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It was a long time ago. Way back in 2002, wasn't it? Yeah, I can't remember. It probably was. Oh, I guess Counter-Strike.
Okay.
Yeah, that's got to count, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Did you play it when it was a mod, or did you play it when it was a game?
Pretty sure I played it when it was a mod. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Way back when. Yeah.
Awesome. And so, tell me a little bit about the Spark engine and Unknown Worlds, and a little bit of the history behind the Spark engine and the mods for that.
Sure. Well, so Natural Selection started off as a mod for the Gold Source engine, so the engine that ran Half-Life 1. And when it came to time to make Natural Selection 2, Unknown Worlds had a choice. Well, Charlie Flavor Cleveland had a choice about whether he would either go with the Source engine that powers Half-Life 2 and Team Fortress 2 and all that, or go with an entirely new engine. And actually, Natural Selection 2 started off being made on the Source engine, but very quickly Max and Charlie started to run up against limits in the Source engine as towards some of the specific things they wanted to do. So they decided they were going to make their own engine, and that is Spark. And from the get-go, Unknown Worlds has been trying to make Spark the most moddable engine possible, because Natural Selection's roots are in modding, so we want to stay in modding. And so the way Spark works is it's not very dissimilar in theory to most engines, but it's the execution of that theory that is different. And that is, the engine is written in C++, so that's everything that makes the lights go on, makes people stop falling through the floor, networking. The game is written in Lua, completely accessible Lua. I'm not a coder, but I can do Lua. And it is so utterly accessible, and that's what makes it different to something like Crysis. The game is written in Lua on top of an engine, but try modding Crysis compared to modding NS2, and I bet you'll find it a lot easier.
Awesome. So you just hinted a little bit on soldiers falling through the floor, and that was fixed in the most recent build, was it not?
I think we fixed people falling through the floor quite a few builds ago. It occasionally pops up. Sometimes we experience it, but I don't think it's been a real problem hopefully since many builds ago.
Awesome. Okay, so how about mods for the Spark engine? Have you seen any really good ones pop up or anything like that at all?
Yeah, well, I can actually talk about a specific mod that we've been using very recently, and we actually created it in-house. So this is an example of a game developer modding its own game to try and do something. And if you've been seeing the recent cast, so we did that mini tournament last night, which you might have seen. That was on Saturday. What's the date today? So that was on the 30th of March, and we also did one today on April Fool's Day as well. And it was using a mod called Skycam. So normally when you spectate Natural Selection 2, you're in free look mode or you're in follow mode. And Deshaun Leska, nicknamed D, who is the engine programmer, is an engine programmer here at Unknown Worlds. We have two of them though. Decided that me flying through stuff in free look mode wasn't a really good way to spectate NS2, and I agreed with him. So he went home at night, and he pretty much always works on NS2. And what he did was he made a mod during his spare time. Took him about 3 nights. He worked till 2 a.m., 3 a.m. each night to make Skycam, and basically this was an entirely new spectating system built completely in Lua by one person. no C++ coding whatsoever, and the whole thing, it just runs as a mod. And yeah, that's an example of a very recent, that was only a couple of days ago we wrote that mod for the game. There's also things like we've had the Marine vs. Marine mod. We've also had one of the big mods that we use a lot actually is a server management mod that was written by a community member, and pretty much every server is now running this thing called Overmind, and that was completely written by the community.
Awesome, yeah. I just have the Unknown Worlds supports modding so much. You guys actually have forum threads devoted to it. I know like a lot of developers will do this. You know, Valve, Steam, Blizzard,
being played. So jump in the forum thread on the blog, guys, to tell us what you think of Skycam and what you'd like to see from it in the future.
I see stuff like, let's see, an experimental non-flash menu mod, spectator UI ideas, and regarding the spectator, the Skycam that you have, is it publicly available or will be?
It's not publicly available yet, but it will be. And if it doesn't arrive as a mod within the next 2 weeks publicly, I mean, it's out there. It's just we're not kind of throwing it out there on the website yet. But some people have it. But the point is, we're not quite sure how stable it is, and we don't want people to start running it and then wonder why their game's crashing. But it will be public, and we hope to actually put it into the game, so it'll be a mod that then becomes part of the game.
Sweet.
Just like, I mean, there's been other mods. One mod that you might be interested in hearing about is a mod that someone made. Is a guy called Schimmel, and what Schimmel did was make a mod where you could be in the inside the game world, so you could be inside a map like Tram. And this mod would visualize sounds, where the sounds were, what they were doing. You could move the sounds around. And our sound guru, Simon Kamikaze, took this and started actually using it into sounds, and now Schimmel is actually an employee of Unknown Worlds Entertainment.
Sweet.
So there's just modding everywhere. It's all
awesome, yeah. I see stuff like positional audio. Is that what you're talking about, or
it might be? I'm not sure what it was specifically called.
I think that was the one with the mumble. I think we were talking the other day.
Oh no, yeah, that's completely different.
Yep.
Yeah,
and so that's basically just like talking through your mic with mumble and like just positioning in the map.
Yeah, we definitely want to do that at some point. That'd be great to have. I don't think it'll make it in before version 1, but we'd love to have it at some point, and someone's making a mod for it, so there you go.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, you could just get that. Let's see, what else? I don't know, there's tons of stuff on there. I know back in the day, I collected a lot of textures and models for Natural Selection 1, so that was a big thing. So it's kind of like mods for mod, or mods for mod, so that's kind of a crazy thing. Whoops, just bumped my
Absolutely, and that's what we want to encourage. I mean, if you want a mod, we hope you want Spark to be the engine for you.
Awesome. Okay. So what do you think about Steam Workshop? Do you think Natural Selection is going to support that? Do you have any insight on that at all?
Not entirely familiar with Steam Workshop yet. Do you mean Steam Works, or I'm not?
Steam Workshop.
You'll have to give me a brief explanation of what it is.
So, it came about with Skyrim and Team Fortress 2. Since Skyrim is highly moddable and Team Fortress 2 features a lot of custom maps, custom skins, textures, etc., Steam features tons of mods, and it actually the Steam servers host a bunch of mods, user submitted mods. So if you go into Steam right now and go into your community tab, there's going to be another link to click on, which is the Steam Workshop. And basically, that just allows any Steam user to upload their own mod to that, and then just give a good description, and it's a really good and easy way to have it constantly updated through Steam using their servers, and just utilizing that to make everything a lot better. There's tons of mods on there. I think there's around 3,500 Skyrim mods alone, and about the same Team Fortress mods. So the forums for Unknown Worlds, that's definitely a great place to go. But for any game, and not just Skyrim or Team Fortress 2 or even Natural Selection 2, possibly, I think that'd be a great way for you guys to support the modding community and push mods out there for people that don't really know about them.
Well, now that I know about it, it sounds pretty cool, and it sounds like what we want to do. So maybe we'll take a look at it, and if it fits with us, we'll definitely have a go at it.
Yeah.
But if it does what you say, I can see us using it pretty soon.
Yeah, you guys already use Steamworks, don't you?
Yeah, Steam is definitely integrated into the game at the moment. That's how we distribute. That's how you can use the overlay and everything in the game right now.
I actually did an interview with Tom Bowie from Valve. He's like kind of the lead guy on the Steam Workshop, and he said any game currently we're using Steamworks can be easily integrated into using the Steam Workshop.
Fantastic.
So there you go.
Yeah,
you guys already got that. So
well, hopefully, yeah, that would be really cool. Definitely, I'll be looking into that after this interview. That's for sure.
Do it, definitely. I'll make you stay at work longer.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna jump around on a lot of different subjects now. So you guys are going to PAX, isn't that right?
We are going to PAX. Yeah. There's a table behind me. Yep. That's a PAX prototype. Yeah, we're definitely going to be at PAX. Prototype. I mean, we're an indie game going to PAX with an indie booth. Put it that way. When you see our booth, it'll be very, very distinctive because we're actually building it ourselves out of wood. Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
Awesome.
We're going to have a 7v7 LAN tournament thing going on.
Oh, sweet.
So, yeah, if you're coming to PAX, you should definitely stop by. We would love to meet you. The entire development team is going to be there. Every single programmer, artist, everything.
Awesome.
We're all going to be there.
Awesome. That's great. I really wish I can come, but I think we've already discussed this. I have to help my girlfriend move, so that kind of sucks. But I wish I could be there next year. I'm planning for it. You guys are going to be there next year, right?
Oh, hopefully, yeah. Hopefully we've got another game or something, or more NS2 stuff, or who knows.
Better be more NS2 stuff. So talking about the booth, in the video, the most recent development video that you guys released, you just showed off your banner, so that was kind of cool. So if the listeners listening or watching right now want to check that out, check out or just follow Natural Selection 2 on ModDB, and then you'll see Hugh's videos on that. So you've been in America for how long now? About a couple weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month? No.
This is 3 weeks. Yeah.
Awesome.
This Sunday is my third Sunday. Yeah.
Awesome. Tell me about your experience in America, and do you like it or?
It's a pretty cool place. It's very different. Trying to get my head around things like social security numbers, healthcare, like how you guys do it is a lot different too in Australia. But a lot of other things are the same. The language, for one, is mostly the same.
Yep.
But if I start talking about bonnets and boots, you guys think I'm talking about clothing, which is a bit frustrating. But mostly it is the same, and it's a pretty cool place.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you enjoy it there. You're in California. That's where Unknown Worlds is, right?
Exactly. Awesome. Yeah, we're in Soma in San Francisco.
Sweet. Sweet. So if you want to creep on Hugh, that's where you want to go. I'm looking at kind of where you're at right now in the studio, right? And I see that Unknown Worlds flag. Do you want to tell me a bit about that at all?
Oh yeah, the Unknown Worlds flag, that was actually given to us by our playtest group. They actually gave us a big bunch of gifts. I wasn't actually an employee at the time. It was a couple of months ago. Yeah, they were really kind, and they gave us a bunch of gifts, including a paper mache gorge and a flag, and it was really, really kind of them. And they were saying thanks for being an open developer and including us in your development. And of course, we're saying thank you straight back at them for participating in our development, because we could not do anything without them. We have a group of about 45 dedicated playtesters that volunteer their time. They're not paid. They don't get anything except for our gratitude and access to our internal builds and chat systems. And we could not do anything without them. They're absolutely fantastic. And they don't just playtest either. I mean, a lot of those gameplay trailers you've seen, they've been the actors in those. Oh, well, I mean, we don't act them, but you obviously have to. If we want to do a hive scene, you have to have people fight in a hive, and they're the people that do that. So they are a rocking bunch of people, and you can actually watch them play. There's a lot of members, for example, Team 156 and Kia. Those teams have got a lot of play testers.
Awesome. So like the most recent trailer, help me with the name of it.
The gorilla trailer?
Yeah, the gorilla trailer. That's the one like with the people acting. I like that part where the skulks come down over that wall.
Yeah,
like that's them.
That is them. That's the play testers doing that. Usually, one or two of us might be doing it too.
Okay.
I mean, we don't act it. We'll set up a scene. So, for example, Corey will say, I'd love to get some skulks running over a railing, and then let's have a fight. And that's how we'll do it. So
Sweet. Yeah, that sounds great. I mean, that's good to have those people there. How would one go about being a playtester, Hugh?
There's no set formula. We don't sort of have like a check sheet that we apply to people. And if people ask to be playtesters, we don't have a check sheet. And also in the office, we don't really do the playtester picking, as it were. It's more if you are someone who is upstanding in the community, has been making great contributions, maybe you're a modder who's been making great modding contributions, maybe you're someone who has, for example, I can give you an example, Internet's Live. He's been streaming a lot for us, and he just, of his own accord, started streaming, and we said, hey, do you want to stream on our channel? And he did. And over a few days, he proved himself to be a really responsible individual. You know, he was in front of 1,000 people at one point, representing our game, unpaid as a volunteer, and he was exceptionally good. And so that's an example of when we would say, hey, you are being really good to us. Do you want to come closer? Do you want to see inside and help us out? And you know, other times there'll be people on the forum that just are really good in discussions. You know, they're always polite. They contribute well to discussions, and one of our senior playtesters might say, hey, Joe, do you want to come and join us on the playtest group? So there's definitely no set. There's definitely no set formula for it.
Cool, awesome. That's good to know. And for those who want to be playtesters, you know, just behave and be awesome. You know, be good users,
we're always looking. Yeah, we've got our eyes up to the community all the time. Our ears. I mean, the community is can't be without it. We would be nothing without it. Natural Selection 2 would be nothing without it. So we're always in it. And if someone's doing something amazing for us, or just for the game in general, we'll see that.
So, earlier in Natural Selection's life, there was rumors about it being on Xbox 360. Could you tell me a little bit about that too?
We would love to put the game on Xbox 360, you know, or with the successes coming, whatever the Xbox is over the next few years. We would love to do that. It is a big technical challenge because this game has been written for the PC, absolutely for the PC. So it doesn't work within traditional console constraints of memory and size and all that. So, you know, we want to do it, but we can't promise it for version 1, but it's absolutely on the radar. If we are successful enough with Natural Selection 2, absolutely we will want to put it on one of the consoles, probably the Xbox, absolutely. But before we do that, the higher priority is Mac. We really want to do NS2 for Mac. I mean, there's a lot of Mac users in the office. I'm not one of them. I'm a Windows guy, but there's a lot of Mac users in the office, and they want to be able to play NS2 on their home PC without having to use, you know, Boot Camp or whatever. So that's definitely a big priority.
We're getting down to some of my last questions here. In Natural Selection 2 HD, or NS2 HD, as you say, you did a lot of stuff with tournaments and like matches and professional, like just clan battles. Could you tell me a little bit about that and how people can get involved, what kind of websites you have to go to and stuff like that?
We absolutely want NS2 to be, while being an awesome public game, we want it to be a great competitive game as well. We want to support esports and NS2 in any way we can. And at the moment, right now, there isn't really a central place to go, but a great place to start is a new forum we've just opened up at unknownworlds.com/NS2/forums, the NS2 Competitive Play Forum, and that is where we're trying to start to get things going. For example, it's where yesterday's mini tournament was organized. We had 4 teams go in for a mini tournament last night that was broadcast live by us in the office, and these were just players from the community. And that was huge. So that kind of thing was organized on that forum. You can also go to websites like ensl.org, where the European Natural Selection League runs little gathers. We would love to incorporate that kind of system into the game at some point. For now, we don't have it. Otherwise, you can also go to ns2hd.com. There's a teams index there. And when you're there, you can talk to these teams. You can ask them if they're looking for people to join. Also, just start to put your feelers out there and watch some of the games, because you know, once you get into that, you start to get a feel for which teams are looking for players, and just start your own team. Seriously, if you start your own team today, I guarantee it will be up on ns2hd.com. I will announce it on Twitter today. So we're definitely trying to be very, very supportive of competitive play, and it's really accessible. Make a post in the competitive forums for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm looking at the forums right now. Have about like 8 threads, but it looks like they're super active.
Literally like a couple of days ago. It's brand new.
Yeah, it looks like there's tons of traffic on there. I see like there's a list of active clans on the top, some matchups and stuff like that. Hugh, what would I do if I would want to watch this? If I wouldn't want to like participate, is there a way to watch it?
Absolutely. We've actually just gotten into Twitch streaming.
Okay.
Literally how long ago was it? I think it was only a week ago. I mean, we just launched on Twitch. We've had about 140,000 hits so far, and we're trying to build that exponentially. You can watch us on twitch.tv/naturalselection2, and not only we like have public streaming there, so people who are just playing the game publicly, they'll just play, but we're trying to schedule big matches. For example, last night, our first ever mini tournament, that was completely live.
Awesome.
The whole thing was completely live. It lasted for 3.5 hours. There were so many games. That was all live. So definitely go there. Also, you can head to youtube.com/naturalselection2hd, and you can see a whole backlog of games. Make sure you don't watch ones that are too old though, because they go back all the way to the alpha. And there are some more recent games on there as well. And there should be some more up this afternoon as well, actually. But
awesome.
yeah, definitely those places.
Sweet.
And keep an eye on the Twitter feed, because we announce all our live games on the Twitter feed now. So if you want to see a live game, we should announce it a few hours before, hopefully a day before it actually happens.
Sweet. That sounds really awesome. I mean, the forums look great. They look really active. I mean, I don't know if I want to go leaps and bounds here, but it looks like Unknown Worlds has a super active community. I mean, from when Natural Selection started till now, that's pretty long for a forum to stay really active, and especially for a game being indie developed by eight or nine people. How many people are on the team?
Well, I mean, until about a year ago, it was really until about 2 years ago, it was about 4 people.
Okay.
Since then, we've been growing. I'm the most recent hire. There's more people in the pipeline, so we basically reached the point where we're trying to grow. If you're a programmer, we want to talk to you basically right now. We're trying to grow. No, really, we're trying to grow the team right now. We're really interested in talking to anyone who thinks they can contribute to the team. But you're right in that it was a very, very small team for a very long time, and it still is a very, very small team. And the point about the forums you made is interesting. We do have several thousand posts every day, and we've been creeping up a few hundred members every day. So we're definitely trying to grow that, and it's absolutely a fiery place for discussion, especially about game balance and modding and mapping. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the forums. It looks like general discussions is the biggest, obviously, but then right after that, ideas and suggestions, and I think that just kind of goes. That just kind of goes and shows how active the community is and how involved they are. That's awesome. So it looks like almost like Natural Selection 2 is made by the community just as much as you guys, working
absolutely.
at Unknown Worlds. So that's great.
It is, and it's like Charlie when he's thinking about balance, and you can actually read Charlie's design log in real time. It's a Google Doc that he makes publicly available. Awesome. When he's doing that, he'll have the forums open in one window. He'll be writing. He'll have maybe he'll have some other games with him as well. But absolutely, the forums are a huge source of what goes into the game.
That's great to hear too. I mean, I bet it's easier for like a smaller developer or a smaller team like you guys. But like usually when you get into like any sort of game designer team, EA, cough, they won't listen to users generally. Sometimes they maybe will a little bit. But they won't really care what the users think. They'll make a game, put it out there, and then if people don't like it, then they'll say, "Too bad you paid for it." You guys actually care.
We wouldn't pretend to say that our way is better or worse, or or anything about any other company. We just like to be super open, and we're hoping. I mean, there's no proof yet that it can make a great game because we don't know how NS2 will turn out. We certainly hope it'll be great, but we hope that this will be an example of fully open development creating a great game.
I like it. I love it, actually. I mean, I'm really excited on the mods, and I'm excited for everything. You guys are an awesome team.
Thank you.
I think the only thing I have left to ask you about is what's the future for Natural Selection 2 and Natural Selection 2 HD coexisting? Tell me a little bit about that, and then I'll let you go.
Oh, like the old channel and the fact that I now work here?
Yeah.
What I want to happen is that the old channel still happens. It's just kind of more chilled out and unofficial, and maybe that's something I do at night times, and that's actually what I have been doing. The Unknown Worlds channel is where I've been putting up the developer diaries and things like that. That's all the official stuff. That's where you'll see the best of the best competitive games. Natural Selection 2 HD is more the community thing. That's me being a community member, not an employee, and I absolutely want to do that because I did NS2 HD for 2 years after hours, and I certainly don't want to stop because that's where I started, and that's where I want to still be as a community member, at least after hours, of course.
Awesome. Well, Hugh, I have to really thank you guys a lot. I thank Charlie and the rest of the team. You guys have been awesome at making Natural Selection 2. Just keep it up. Don't stop.
Thank you.
If there's anything Modinformer will do for you guys, I'll definitely give you as much publicity as possible with the website. So,
thanks very much, Sean, and thanks for taking the time to chat today.
Yeah, you too. I know your schedule is kind of busy, so thank you.
I don't really do anything. Cool, man.
Hey, you just sit back and then take some video clips and just kind of put it on YouTube. Use the YouTube editor, right?
Oh, yeah.
YouTube editor, the Windows Live Movie Maker.
Yeah, I wish it was that simple. But yeah.
You use Adobe Premiere, right?
Yeah. I use Creative Suite 5. Yeah.
Awesome. Same here. It's the way to go, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's messing around at me at the moment, right now, but the hurdles are usually low and you can surmount them, and it's like any editing software, I guess.
Yeah. Well, take it easy, Hugh. I hope you have a nice night. Family on Natural Selection 2 HD. That's what I bet you're going to be doing tonight, but other than that.
All right, you too, man.
Anyone watching this, make sure to check out Natural Selection 2 HD. Make sure to check out Hugh, his channel, everything involved with him and everything Natural Selection. It's definitely worth it. It's never a waste of time to do that. Do you have anything to say? Any soulless promotion?
No, there's nothing. Just if you want to chat to us, we're always willing to chat. There's plenty of emails, plenty of forum threads. Jump in, join us.
Awesome. Well, that's it, guys. I hope you liked this interview, the first ever live camera interview. I hope to bring you guys more and more as Modinformer grows, so make sure to check out Natural Selection 2, obviously, and modinformer.net. Thank you.